In Proverbs 22, we're going to start with verse 1. And especially speaking, what we represent matters more than the material possessions and that we possess. So it matters what people see. It matters what people know about us, I guess, if you will. It matters what we're made of. It matters how we live our life. Because that is seen. And if we're here to represent Jesus, then our life needs to represent Jesus. And verse 2, one thing that we all have in common, rich, poor, the big, the small, whatever, is that, according to the Bible, God is our maker. Made us all. In verse 5, we don't have to fall for traps or distractions, if you will, if we do all to keep ourselves unspotted. Meaning that we adhere to the Word of God completely, always. We don't have to fall for traps and the things of the devil. In verse 8, if we sow sin, we get back sadness and everything else that comes with it in between. We reap what we sow. In verse 12, Jesus maintains knowledge, but he is not pleased with the words of the ones who don't believe. So praying in doubt and unbelief is not pleasing to the Lord. Verse 13, we need to fight against the things that come against us. There is, I believe it's Ephesians 6 talking about the armor of God, and we need to have that on every day. We don't have that on. That's our weapons. That's our shield. That's what can protect us. And if we don't have that on, then we're in trouble. In verse 16, we shouldn't overlook the poor. Just because they're poor, just because they don't look important, that doesn't mean that we overlook them and they mean nothing. In verse 17, we need to keep wisdom and knowledge close and always share the truth. This world today needs hope. It needs a lot of things, and we need to share the truth of God. That is the hope that's going to save us all. In verse 22 to 23, it says, basically that's stating not to oppress the afflicted because it's easy to, or, it's simpler to overtake them because they're already compromised. So, it says not to do that. Verse 29 basically states that if we work diligently, we will stand before the higher ups, the boss, and not someone unknown. So, to try to clarify that just a little bit, we will stand before the boss. Let's just use Jesus' example. He's the boss of it all. We will stand, we will stand before God, and He will be pleased. And in the Bible, it states, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." So thank you for listening.